Test, test. All right. So I guess last stream I technically lied to you guys because I didn't do much for replay analysis. So maybe we'll try to do it today. Yeah, I wasn't doing a good job my replay stuff either. But sorry, there's a little gap between the two videos and time. Just too tired to play. So today, we're trying to climb up. Doing more macro play instead of the two base all in play. It was kind of requested to kind of show like, well, how ought you do kind of a maybe not two base all in style gameplay. Maybe what are some of the basics and stuff. Let's see if we can put some more words to action. So we'll go ahead and play less aggressive, but still a little bit more macro. Some basics, try to go for a little bit more late games. And we'll try to, you know, if the opponent is doing anything like super crazy, we hold the reserve the right to go kill them. So, or if we get a significant advantage, we'll go kill the opponent. No sense in allowing people to get back into the game just for the sake of like macro. If you do have trouble playing late game, one thing that I used to do back in Wings of Liberty to improve my late game was to intentionally play a very turtle style and just try to get to late game as quickly as possible, and then I could practice late game versus late game. So I've never really played a lot of macro in PvP. I've always tried to kind of end the game pretty early with a 2 base all in, or weaken my opponent to the point that I've never had to, or not never, but weaken my opponent to the point where there is no real late game. With that being said, I have ideas about it. So this whole macro PvP is going to be probably definitely the weakest advice that I give you guys, but we can kind of learn it together, right? I think probably the ultimate late game in PvP is going to be probably going for like carriers, you know, somehow get into carriers with disruptors and stuff. And we see a forge, so we want to bring 3-4 probes down. Want to build a pylon immediately. Right. We can probably. This guy is not too bad. All right. Our goal here is trying to get as much gas. We want to get as many unfortunately, luckily for him, or luckily for us, he only brought one probe and he's not bringing a second one. But our goal is to get as many stalkers as possible. Can we get that out? Probably not. Nice. I guess we'll just kind of go from macro from here. We'll cancel that. And we'll take that expansion. Maybe go Robo. We see there's no expansion over here. And then I go for Blink. I didn't get a couple. I'd be a little careful. Go ahead and get a blind one of these. It's always good to like kind of hide a pylon near their base. We're gonna try and get this blink going. One thing to kind of be careful of is, you know, he could be chrono boosting like mad, and we're playing a little bit more safe. So we see some guys coming potentially. We see no expansion, so we'll cancel all these probes. Try to make this immortal chrono boost that guy. Make a third. I'm gonna make another shield battery. A shield battery. A backup pylon. He's definitely kind of getting all in here, or he's definitely going kind of all in here. So he did try to kill the just focus fire. Okay, that's why we build the backup pylons. Because, you know, he's either going to go for shield batteries or pylons, right? So I just make sure that we PvP when bad cannon rush to one base. Oh. You should really have brought two pylon or two probes. He would have won. Get a really good setup with that cannon rush. Like, so we could have brought 8 probes probably down there to kill both those pylons. Might have been a little bit better. So Ghost River Alley. So this is so a new patch happened and it changed the map pool a little bit. So So we see another rogue coming. So maybe we'll come down and contest it. Okay, it is not. Cannon Rush. That's good. Mm-hmm. Somehow my minerals are messed up, so let's take a look here. Do we have a triple stack somewhere? Almost certainly we do. If they're gonna play with your dudes, then just chase them. Somebody is triple stacked. This one. Oh yeah, we're late on this pylon here, but not by too much. You see, he's got Chrono Boost. We don't. He's Chrono Boosting this guy. That could just be a stalker. But just in case, we'll drop a pylon here, blocking this natural. We aim no Chrono Boosts on our stuff. We can come down here and drop our own. Alright, so that definitely is a stalker. Okay, that's oh, I accidentally let it finish. That's interesting. An extra pylon. We'll go ahead and make a safety battery. And we can go and send like this guy to scout for proxies. Right. I'll go ahead and get the robo because it's pretty safe. I'll go ahead and grab this. Go back to making stuff. Everything's looking pretty good. A little bit of the supply blocking coming. Make sure there's nothing weird going on back here. Okay. Scout this way so we can scout this upper hand. Go ahead and grab that forge. That with the chrono boost. Get our pros with the chrono boost. Grab. Looks like he's kind of going macro with some air, which is good. So we'll go ahead and grab all these guys over here, put some of these guys over here. Oh, Phoenixes. My man. I'm a big fan of Phoenixes myself. There's a couple ways of playing against Phoenixes. One of them is the fact that Phoenixes are not very good against, we'll go throw this over here. Like, we could proxy DTs, right? It's a pretty good play. Maybe we'll try that one. You always want to focus fire the weak ones. Also, Phoenixes are not very good at stopping you from expanding. So go ahead and take a really quick expansion. You can go and sneak up a bit quicker. Because they don't attack buildings. He is investing in quite a bit. Might need a couple more. Oh damn, oops. Not what I wanted. I have one cannon here. Cannons are just kind of good in general for zoning. So, one thing that's like an underdeveloped skill in like these macro PvPs is just placing islands around the map. Oops, we don't want those three here, I guess. Okay, alright. So one thing that I am doing a pretty bad job of is I'm a little bit late on adding these extra gateways, but that's because I went for like a potentially auto win type of strategy. So he probably has cannons. Very nice. Very well defended, so good on him. Oh. So the next step usually is going for Archons. He does have a little bit of a air lead on us, but it's not too bad. Probably send one guy here to slow down that. Okay, Phoenix charge. We're definitely gonna need more of these bad boys. Definitely add on more gateways. This is definitely not the cleanest possible build. This is definitely kind of a all-in. But we didn't really lose our dudes. Which is good. We keep all of our things alive. I'm planning to keep going for more Archons. Because they are very good against both Phoenixes and Zealots, maybe a little slow on getting more Archon. They're probably slow on going up to Archons. Probably could have scouted a little bit better. Definitely a little slow going for more gateways. I need to get charged ourselves. Make sure we invest into an appropriate amount. Look and see, can we make a little DT hit squad? Oh damn, he's coming from this way. Go this way. He doesn't have, looks like what I'm seeing is he doesn't have observers with his army. And we're just keeping tabs on his extra bases to make sure that he doesn't have more bases than us. Probably want to put a couple Archons in our natural in case he does a run by. I think I feel like my army is probably pretty safe here. We definitely have a macro advantage. 1, 2. Oh shit, no, I got baited out. We got baited. Wasn't even paying attention. Got baited. Shit. Get back here. Don't necessarily warp in his face, you know. Ooh, goodness. He definitely baited my army, which is great. Great for him. Probably. Try to like flash damage these guys. Right. Now we probably want to go for defense. We're just surviving here. Sure, we have a pretty unadulteratable position. He's got to be running low on money, so I think we're good on workers for now. I don't know what he's expanding to, unless it's a hidden base somewhere. What are his upgrades? Damn, my upgrades are better than his. He just keeps making army. Are these like, Alright, we need to bulk up our army. I'm impressed. I have no idea where all this money is coming from. It is. This is where he got his back up front, but damn. He's gotta be running out of money, I swear. Let's go. I'm here. Alright, we got him. I'll admit, that was a very surprising game. Good game. Good game. PvP win Phoenix charge. So the important thing we did that game is what allowed us to be confident and not want to give up was well, was having like pylons out on the map, being able to warp in and double check his expansions to see that we are not too far behind, trying to warp in like archons and stuff that can't be lifted up by phoenixes. Obviously, it would have been better to feed back the phoenixes, but we weren't trying to go that hard. And then additionally, focus firing the phoenixes. Like one of the biggest advantage of archons and weaknesses of phoenixes like to group up, especially when they're lifting things. So if you can get a couple archons underneath the phoenixes, splash damage them, you can pop all the phoenixes at once in a couple hits, you know. And we try to do that a little bit, but and we just kept throwing down cannons and shield batteries. Although one thing I definitely could have done better would have been to get additional gateways a bit sooner. And then he baited our army out and was able to kill a healthy amount of our archons for free, essentially. That was almost a throw there. You know, maybe should have watched that army a little bit closer. But hey, now we're playing against Zerg, right? So we should be able to have a pretty nice Zerg macro. That guy seems upset. Anyone who doesn't win is going to be upset. And they're going to be upset for whatever reason, you know, like perhaps, you know, he would have been angry if we 2-base all in him. He was like, oh yeah, 2-base all in, man, 2-base harder. If we would have defended, oh man, yeah, just turtle harder. If we would like attack the carries, like, oh man, yeah, just go to carries harder, make disruptors harder, you know, make immortals harder, make, you know, it's people who are gonna be mad are gonna be mad no matter how you win. That's one thing that I've learned, and I've come to peace with. You know, I used to never cheese. I still kind of don't ever cheese, but you know, I never used to play certain ways like two base all ins because everyone would complain, be like, "Oh yeah, Protoss only two base all ins." And then what you learn is that people will never be happy with no matter what you do. If you two base all in, they're gonna complain about that. You turtle, they're gonna complain about that. You rush tech, they're gonna complain about that. You don't rush tech, they're gonna complain about that, right? So never let your opponents being upset dictate your playstyle. Like, don't play honorable. No one cares about an honorable loser, right? So um, you're never gonna make everyone happy. And you know, if someone is gonna complain when you lose, no matter what you do, that person's gonna have a reason they lost. So just play whatever styles you want to play and have fun. You want to play, be a cheesy player, go ahead. Yeah, more power to you. You want to be all in or macro, you want to attack the sky every single time, go ahead, you know. Don't let me stop you. Don't let them stop you from having fun. We'll go ahead and hit that with the chrono. It's around 2:20. He hasn't tried to take this top base, so we'll go ahead and take our, we'll go ahead and check his other third base. We'll play kind of more of a macro. We'll go with Robo here. Go Robo macro. We still see nothing here, so we'll go check the top again. And when I see nothing, I want to make a shield battery. Right, I see something here, so he really wanted that one, so that's fine. Alright, cool. Everything's looking good. We'll go ahead and plug our wall now, because it's around 3 o'clock, or 3 minutes in the game, and speed will be done. Now, with the macro play style, we kind of want to keep producing adepts, especially if we're going for a robo opener, and they want to go for classes. Because it's going to be hard to take this expansion when you don't have oracles. As much as they're going to complain about oracles, right? They're kind of a necessary evil to not. I'll make actually I'll go ahead and make it immortal. Make it 2 more. Send 3 over here, and go ahead and go for this expansion. So currently he has no idea if we're 2 base all landing or not, unless he scouts this. And the thing we're most interested for is if he's got a layer. And so far we see no layer, so we'll come back out. It's great, you know, because that tells me there is no mutas on the horizon. And that's probably the scariest thing about this build. We'll go for a forge, is if they want to go for that muta follow-up. And grab this. Looks like he's gonna come by and try to scout, so we'll just go and block that. If he's, so this Ling ain't gonna get anything. Try to set this pylon so we can build a gateway wall here. Go ahead and get more. Oh man, did I really mess that up? There we go. We can't really get that +1. So now I want to go back in and take a look at the probability of mutas. You see the layers finished. Yeah, I don't see any mutas. I see roaches being made. That's pretty cool. Go ahead and grab this +1. So far no mutas, so we're good. Go ahead and grab more of this tech. Oh no. I'm putting a cannon here to guard these guys, and I build a backup pylon. Put this guy blocking the wall. From here you can kind of go disruptors or whatever. We're gonna start warping in a lot, so now since we're gonna be bolstering our army, you know, we kind of want to go up to more. Want to make sure we get our 8 or 12 gateways. We got 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go up to 10 gateways. And I'm gonna kind of go into like let's try to do a 3 base all in. Because while we're on this tech, we want to be very cautious that we don't allow him to do like a muta play. It's not quite exactly gonna be an all in. Because we're going to take this expansion, since sentries are really important for Colossus play. Do I have all 3 here? So now we want to be aggressive on the map, and the sentries is what's going to allow us to kind of have that bit of aggression while not dying. You know, we really need this observer, and we'll go for charge here. We'll get some of these body blockers, because it is scary to attack on creep, but right now, you know, we're just trying to look scary. So let's see if we can find like that if we can see, right? So hopefully he's been making army. We kind of just don't want him to be making mutas, right? Now we're gonna gear up for the Ares transition. Maybe start getting some of this. This guy after that. We're just kind of poking around, clearing creep. Gonna be all big and scary. Okay, we see lurkers and stuff. That's good. We don't want to engage into the lurkers. We don't care about engaging into lurkers. But what we care about is keeping the lurkers on his side of the map. Keeping creep clear. Keep up on our upgrades for our ground army. Oh, be careful, don't get baited into that position. Right. And then we keep, you know, we always kind of look back to make sure we're keeping track of, we'll put maybe 1 cannon here for Raptor's sakes. Keep track of bases, keep track of creep spread. I'm doing this around 150 supply, right? Make sure we can do this. And, you know, he's pretty scared, right? That's good. Keep this up, keep these guys up. I'm not making any more probes. I think I have a good amount of probes. Right? No. He's trying pretty hard to kill some of these probes. That's fine. We're really kind of past the point where these probes are hurting too much. We could be expanding towards him. That's always kind of a risky play. I'm gonna go for Tempest. You might want to, you know, you can kind of choose Tempest or Carrier. It's up to you. Tempest is typically not too bad. Right. I'm gonna go for Blink. When you go for like Tempest, you're going for more of a positional play. We want to get Oracle, because that's what pairs with our Tempest. We have plenty of. I'll go for like a couple more of these gateways. Gateways are really important. Right. So now, kind of want to peel off, start trading parts of our army. And get rid of these guys. Get rid of these guys. We'll get rid of a couple of these guys. Keep the Colossus with. So right now we've peeled away hit squad. Okay, we'll put this in a separate control group. We'll maybe we'll make a couple carriers as defense, but not too many. When I say defense, I mean like to defend their main. Oh, see this is going on here. Get this on a second hotkey. Get these on that hotkey. I just kind of want to go in first with these guys. That's pretty good. That kind of helped trade out part of our army here. This is mine? Nope. Go ahead and remake these gateways. And stuff. And keep going into a couple carriers, a couple of these. Gonna boost those guys. This guy alive. Keep going up. We'll make a bunch of cannons here. Make some backup pylons. I'm not really sure when I should be making or going up to High Templar tech. I think I probably should have went up a bit sooner, but it is what it is. You know, it's fine. We'll go for the High Templar tech. We'll get better at macro when we practice more. He really wants to hit this position, which is probably not the right position to hit. These guys on hotkey notice. Looks like he's going up here. This is a better position to hit, but maybe not from that direction. We'll probably start sieging. We'll probably want to grab Storm. Bring these guys over here. Warp in, just to fuck out these guys. Just snipe this hatchery and move out. Right, move back. We don't want to stick around too long. We don't want to accidentally overstay our welcome. Get some Archons to protect the ground, and then we'll just grab some High Templars here. And we'll invest more into cannons. Try to have ourselves a very unassailable position. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Alright, was I keep, like donating? Yeah, we're definitely late on Storm, so we definitely were late on Storm. We can make like a little bit of a Zealot hit squad here. Our upgrades look good, you know. Then we'll go send the Zealot hit squad this way. Try to make the type take. No. And our main goal here is just survival. Obviously. Ooh, there's a pretty hard position to be in. Looks like we're getting our whole army wiped over here. Whole air army wiped. Yeah, I think a little late on the oops. I'm just a little late on the storms. That's not too bad. Oh man. Oh no. Still got quite a bit over here. Yeah, being a bit late on storms in that one fight wasn't in a very good location, so. I think I will need another one of these. And now it's kind of that crisis management. Oh man, an unfortunate. Don't have energy or storm. What an unfortunate timing. Ugh. Alright, cool. Good game. Alright. So I need to get Storm faster. It's like, hey, good luck, good luck. Be in and out, no problem. That was a pretty fun game. I haven't played too much late game like that. Especially off of a Robo build order that isn't just an all-in. I'm thinking maybe it should be better to open up Stargate. Even if we don't go ahead and try to do too much damage. So I didn't really have a clear build order that game, so transitions were a bit rough. But I would imagine before going into air, I should have went into storm, and then it went into air. I think that was probably the better play. So. It's just so scary opening like a Robo against Zerg because mutas are just so strong. Like 10 mutas show up randomly and you just kind of instantly lose your entire mineral line, then you're immediately on defensive, being 20 probes behind. While they have complete, even more of a powerful grip on their map control. Oh damn, accidentally took that gas. Oh well. I thought, I made a gateway here. Well. Then you're playing like and chase the mutas for the entire game. And it wouldn't be so horrible if Phoenix weren't so bad against Corruptors. Then that's the second game you play is like, okay, well if I go Phoenix against mutas, then I gotta deal with the Corruptors. And then, while the Corruptors zone out my Phoenixes, the mutas can target fire the probes and other really important stuff. Okay, well, you see it's a double gas factory opener. Walling me in. Potentially a Reaper. Always, if you're gonna recall, always recall in the distance, because then it makes the Reaper like scout the base, buys a little bit more time, because they're always gonna hunt down that probe. But then you can kind of like get a little bit of a mind game out of it. Where you can watch the replay against the same people, and if they're both coming straight across the map, that's a dead Reaper. Bang out. 1 Reaper for 1 probe, I think is pretty good, pretty worth it, because it cuts down his scouting ability and less of annoyance factor. Right, we can dedicate all of our stuff to defending the ramp. Unless he's going mass Reapers, which he's definitely not with this. You don't really have to dedicate too much. We'll still go for this. We'll just keep chrono boosting these guys. We want to plot a pylon for future stuff. We'll go up to 2 gateways. Oh, take a bunch of damage there and start going for a whole lot of observers. 2 gateways is usually enough to survive any kind of 2-base macro pressure that Terran does. We'll go up to like 3 observers. So 1 across the map. It's not going to be a super fast Widow Mine drop, so we don't have to worry about the 420 timing. Up to a third. So this will be similar to the Colossus all in, but the difference is, wait, one more. What do we see? Raven, tank, so potential Raven tank push. Oh man, Widow Mines. Nice. Guess that caused me to clump up a little bit more than I wanted to. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the mini map. Right. We see he's still out there. Guess we'll try this. That blank is almost done. Guys here. Get charge after that. I get some shield batteries. Keep an eye on this guy. Most likely he will. Then we want to make sure we get up to gateways. So I want to consider, like, as Protoss player, like warping in gateways almost like warping in an army. Because we took that big hit, we can only go up to 6 gateways. No. Alright, cool. And you notice how I'm skipping range because they're not really afford it. We'll see if we can take a peek. I'm gonna build up gas. It's fine. I don't really see his move out. He really should have moved out by now, so his attack is a bit later. He doesn't have an expansion. Oh, now after 2 Colossi, I will start to get disruptors. We kind of want to engage his army a little bit earlier, so you can go up to 2 more stuff. Get some free hits, you know. And right now we're just trying to buy time to get our infrastructure on and to warp in more stuff. Can we get keep this back? Take this expansion over here. Move these around. Warp in a couple Archons. That guy. Usually they try to rotate this way. You don't see an expansion over here. So we'll go see if that expansion is over there, which is not selected in my army. He does have an expansion over there. His Raven's over there. Alright, so now we want to go for Storm. It's kind of a backup. I like to always add like a little bit of defensive help because of stuff like this. Wow, really? Oh, nice. Very good job. Well, what the hell? Very good job. Let's put these guys here. So now we have no choice but to attack, because he did economic damage at the price of his army. So his army right now is a little bit not as great as he probably would like it to be. While we get our probes up, we got to make sure we can hopefully get some good trades. So we'll send this guy in, take a little bit of a peek. We'll use these to zone. He's trying to base trade. Okay. That's fine. Is an unfortunate way to play. Doesn't really have many medevacs, so we might be okay with going for the base trade. Oof. Run away while you do this. Oh damn. Okay, well, that sucked. Took away a lot of our infrastructure, which is a good move by him. Wow, I can't. Really? You got shot again? No? I rebuild our infrastructure. Because we're having like these guys in better positions would be useful. Take whatever kills we can. We still have 2 disruptors. Very careful with these disruptors. Very interesting. Don't. Ooh, wow. Okay, I actually got some more guys than I thought. get some more guys here. Get some of these guys here, here. Yeah. Just keep expanding and hope for the best. Like right now we're locked into Gateway Man. Oh. But we still have storms, right? We still have the ability for storms, even though he's got Alright, so we have no choice but to kind of be out on the map a little bit. And maybe we can add something like this. Because we want to just make sure he's not taking too many expansions. We'll spread out some of these guys. Alright, this disruptor is probably going to end up dying. We'll bring these guys over here. Keep these guys a little bit hidden. Guess we want to keep him from getting too greedy in macro, because he could just think that we're too scared of him. No, no, no. Damn. Oh no. Army evaporated too easily. Alright, close the game. Still warming up. It's already been an hour, no way. So, why did we lose that one? Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, you got in a cheeky base trade. And we didn't see the Liberator sieging up. And our mineral line. What? I don't know. A lot of people think that, oh man, you know, the amount X rays have to do to win against X, but they don't really think about how maybe they just suck at the game. And it's like, well, you have to work really hard to win. Excuse me. This is not a good map. You have to work hard to win, because you don't know how to close out the game when you have a lead, right? So it's more of like, well, okay, so you clearly have the lead, but you don't have the skill. You don't have the skill to be able to win when you have that lead, right? There's a huge difference here. It's not that Terran, like Terran is more than powerful to win when given the lead. As clear by any kind of professional play and any kind of like real high level play. Like when you're talking like most grandmasters, even at the lower tiers. Like these guys know how to end a game, right? But you're sitting here at like Masters 2, Masters 3, complaining that like you have to work so hard to win. It's like, yeah, you have to work so hard to win because you suck at the game, right? You have things that you need to do to improve at the game, right? If it was so easy for you to win, you know, when you have an advantage, like if there's no hope for Protoss to stand a chance, if you have the advantage, that is, you know, imbalanced, right? So no matter how much skill I have, the game is just a macro game, you know, basically an auto battler, right? It's like, okay, like what advantage? Um, you know, not what advantage is like, you know, yeah, like what's the point of micro? What's the point of good army positioning? What's the point of, you know, making sure that I try to optimize my defenses, making sure my army composition is strong. You know, what's the point of it all if so we'll just kind of play a little bit more standard. You know, I feel like for macro play as Protoss in today's meta, you have no choice but to go Stargate. Stargate is your quintessential opener. Does he not know that? You know, he doesn't. Is he over here baiting me? So I'm just gonna go over here. Okay, I'm just gonna drop. Let's go take a look. Yeah. You trying to fool me? Okay, so he's taking this one. Cancel that one. Alright, I'm supposed to keep making these. Alright. The downside with Oracle is like macro Protoss. So the thing that's starting to make Protoss more of a higher skill curve is that macro Protoss requires you to be able to use oracles, requires you to have like some micro skill, whereas like the other two macro races don't really require you to. The other two races don't really require you to need skill that involves attacking the opponent. Now, it is really important that this first oracle is scouting. So, you know, so it's really important to see what's going on here. And the second oracle will stay around here. We can go ahead and, so this will be kind of like the hero build. Oh shit. Alright, cool. Don't have to worry too much about macro. This guy's clearly going for an all-in. Get some guys back into gas here. Okay, we need to make more gateways. Make more shield batteries. Alright, we got him. So we barely held that one. We could have handled that better. We should have warped in more gateways sooner and more shield batteries sooner. Or mostly just more shield batteries sooner. You just suck. But looks like it will take me a little bit more time to get back into shape after not playing Protoss, and not playing Protoss seriously in a while. We did lose a couple. We only 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 2. One thing that's unfun about macro plays is that the games just take longer. 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes versus like an average of like 10 minutes and stuff. We do get less games in, but oops, well that sucks. Game just crashed. But the advantage of playing, like if you can play macro and not just die to people shift queuing around the map, you know, it's like, oh, just shift Q medevac here, shift Q some liberators there, you know, if you have good multitasking. The macro defensive play is the most consistent play as far as getting wins on the ladder. Yeah. Like with aggressive play, like low ranked players can defend 2 base all-ins, right? Low ranked players can defend 1 base all-ins. So like as long as the skill difference isn't too large, I'd say like within 500 MMR, right? So you can so if you're doing like an all-in, you can beat people much stronger than you, but you can also lose to people much weaker than you. So that's kind of the trade-off, is a 2 base or a 1 base or any kind of like timing attack has the option of punching up but also being punched down. So your win rates are can be volatile. So if you have like a build that has like an equal probability of beating higher ranked players than its lower ranked players, well, the MMR system is a pyramid where there's always going to be more lower ranked players than there are higher ranked players. So, oh man, I just crashed again. So maybe this patch brought with it some issues. But so with that in mind, it can be dangerous as you climb up the ladder. Like I'd say when you get beyond, probably into the Master's Lane, what we're starting to see a little bit, that the 1 or 2 base all-ins against similarly ranked players, and can have like negative results on your MMR. But it's still important to know how to do those, because optimally for climbing the ladder, you would want to go for your more macro defensive styles against weaker players, and then your two base all-ins and timings against stronger players, right? Because now you're selecting a strategy that has a better chance of beating someone stronger than you, the two base all-in and timings, and then you're selecting strategies that give you the best option against weaker players, the macro defensive stuff. That's why a lot of times when you see like streamers and professional players playing on stream, like partying, you know, they'll, if they didn't see the MMR of the opponent, they usually say, "Oh, what was the MMR of the opponent?" Because when you look at the MMR of the opponent, it helps you to select how you want to play against them, right? If they're weaker, you have the higher probability of beating them with just very safe play, because you should have more multitasking skill, you know, defensive skill, you know, all this other stuff in your favor against them that they just don't have. They can fall apart. Ideally, you're probably just a little bit more experienced in a lot of stuff. And then against stronger players, right, the longer the game goes on, the more time they have to get those small advantages that they will get, right? The probability of them getting small advantages or large advantages against you is much higher than the probability of you getting the smaller or larger advantages against them, right? So your best option is to try to end the game as quickly as possible against stronger players, and then to prolong the game until you have a clear advantage against weaker players. Alright, so we got a full wall here, so clearly he doesn't want me to see what's going on. So we'll go ahead and check for proxies. The probability of one base all in is, I'd say, fairly high. Probability of proxy is probably the second highest. You know, because this barracks is here, that it's not really proxy Reaper. So we don't want to make too many. Make sure there's nothing in our base being built. Yeah. Looks like it's normal Reaper. And it's looking like there's a barracks behind, or a bunker potentially behind. No, no bunker. Interesting. So we'll go for the magic Reaper that just kind of snuck on by. Alright, we want to send a little Peeksy Poo here. And we want to make additional gateways. Everything on the high ground, because if it is a one base all in, no. Right now I'd really like to know if I should get charge or not, but we'll go for the charge. And we'll go for Immortal right away too. Just be a little bit more defensive. Looking like it's probably a fake fake one base into macro. We'll put this guy up front to help deal with. Aggression. And make the second immortal. Maybe I'll go for the charge that all in because he forced me to be a little bit more defensive than I wanted. We also don't really know what's going on his side of the map. So this will be kind of basically the similar build to what we did before. Oh, fast 3 base. Very interesting. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Let's see how well he defends. Looking like it's probably a decent win on the side. Go one here. All right, we got him. So for any of you doubters out there, oh man, we beat a he's got an MMR bug, but we beat a 4.8k Grandmaster Terran with the looks like he plays random Grandmaster, huh? With her all-in. Kind of showing the efficacy. Oh, what fuck? We crashed again. Wow, man. It's like, can Blizzard even match the game without crashing everything? I wonder if other streamers are having a similar issue this time. I can't even. Why can I never type this password correctly? A little bit frustrating. Am I locked out? We're not locked out. SE2 is so temperamental. Hey, were you here that whole last game, Sinister? Because I think that last game was pretty instructive of like how, you know, I was planning to open up macro, but the opponent opened up in a way that was a little scary, right? So we went for the immortal charge to maybe help defend against a one base. Looks like he tricked us, right? He didn't actually do a one base. Yeah. So we beat a 4.8k Terran with the immortal charge slot all in, because he opened up a full wall. So I was thinking, okay, perhaps this is a one base all in. I went immortal charge. which does fairly well against one base summons, you know? It's kind of like your easy solution um, that can work. But then he expanded, right? I was like, okay, well, he expanded. And we've kind of already opened up or kind of somewhat committed a little bit to just robot charge. And then we scouted. I think we scouted, and we saw he had like an extra command center, and we were already kind of gearing up for like maybe we should do base all in with the robo charge because he's already being a bit, you know, cheeky, and he ended up going for like a fast third base. So what I care about now is whether or not he has gas. Nope, this is gasless. Okay, cool. Go like this, grab this, hit this, and we'll go here. We'll go ahead and make one more. In fact, I'm not. No, we're gonna make any probes. Oh, that's quite a bit. Why can't I hit hold position? Oh, goodness. Alright, well, I should have canceled that, but I didn't. Oh well. We kind of watched it a little bit too much. But it's alright. Unfortunately, we got one too many, many guys over here. So it's not that bad because he did commit a lot of drones to this attack. We'll use this a little bit here. And then this alone should force out more Zerglings, which are not drones. So economically, he's technically a little bit behind. This looks like it'll get a decent amount of damage. Oh my god, I can't click. Alright, that's a fair amount. Kinda wishing I had a little bit more than just this. Go ahead and grab that. Send these guys over here. Send this guy over here. Keep sending a few more over. Very nice. You could be going for the old legendary, whatchamacallit? Hydras. Hydra Lurker. Like he might be coming. We'll need to get more of these guys. A little bit late on these. The one thing that kind of sucks. Oh no! Yeah, we're a little bit late on our additional gateways. So, it is what it is. Alright, cool, good game. Ah. We totally had that one if we would have got our additional gateways on time. But, it's whatever. The one nice thing about playing Zerg is that your queens automatically defend your probe lines, right? So like, I tried to shade in the adepts, right? And the adepts will auto-attack the queen, right? You just put the queen inside your drone patch, the adepts will auto-attack it, the zealots will auto-attack it, and like any kind of run-by auto-attacks the queens, which give you a lot, and queens are pretty tanky, so they give you a lot more ability, or a lot more time to react. And if you have like 3 queens or so, you don't even need to react. Your 3 queens will automatically defend, right? Some people will say like, well, you know, you can just make cannons. Like, well, my cannons, sure, they automatically defend, but my cannons are not a macro mechanic that I just get to make right away, right? They don't, like, my queens are a macro mechanic that defend. They're like one of the only, yeah, like, is Protoss the only race that doesn't have an air unit that doesn't cost gas? Yeah, I think Aaron and Zerg both have anti-air units that cause gas. Runezet, alright, we got the well, so Runezet is playing unranked probably, so the MMR that we're gonna get from Runezet is based on the 4.3k, you know, so but is he going to full wall, play normal, or full wall in again? Okay. So once again, we're going to go ahead and scout for, oh shit, that sucks for me. I forgot the the core, so hopefully he's not proxying barracks is everywhere. I kind of like this opening if you are a cheesier player, because what this opening does is it allows you to, even though it puts you behind a little bit more macro, if you're playing against like the same people, you can kind of train them into oh damn. All this pain because oh no, we lost 2 probes this time. This time we just lost 1. This time we lost 2. Unfortunate. What it can do is it can train the opponent to just always assume that you're opening up very poorly, and then that's when you can like open up this way. We proxying barracks and factories, right? So you can say like the poor macro opener is an investment into future games, right? We're a little bit slow on this because we had to pull probes. 37, right? Okay, we don't want this guy. So at 37 is usually where you cut for like the 4-gate blink. And you have to chrono boost this the whole time. And then we get Observer first with the 4-gate blink build. Then you get the War Prism and then a second Observer, I believe. So it's about 425, so we want to be watching for the Widowmine drop. A little bit slow on our stuff. So I'm watching the mini map. Alright, so it's not coming. So we're going to be moving out. Looking for tanks, which we don't see. So technically, this ought to be a win. I do declare. I don't think he can defend this because he's got like nothing. But we also can't wait too long. He does see this. Oh my god. Right. So that wasn't the best executed 4-gate blink build, but it's a reason why you should always open up with some sort of potential for aggression. Like the 4-gate blink build is not an all-in because you do accrue more minerals over time and you can expand. Like 4-gateway blink is not enough for all it's not enough to spend all the money you're getting, right? So it's kind of a timing tag with a delayed expansion. And the advantage of it is it does allow you to outskill the opponent. The downside of it is you have to be somewhat decent at macro, or multitasking rather, because it's easy to like fall very behind. Because like, you know, not only do you have to have the game sense of knowing when to blink, when not to blink, how long do you keep attacking for, when do you give up attacking, When should you expand? Um, right, like when you blink in, what do you focus fire? Um, what is your like doing the warp prism micro, making sure you don't get supply blocked, right? There's a lot of multitasking that the 4-gate blink build requires to do correctly, as well as hit the timing, because you also want to hit as quickly as possible to get as much damage done as possible, right? Because like if you wait a little bit too long, like you can defeat 2 tanks with the 4-gate blink, but as soon as I get a 3rd tank out, if they have a total of 3 tanks, like the ability for you to get damage done like massively decreases. Is this an in-base protected in-base? Yeah. Oh dang. So we'll go probe, pylon, gas. Hopefully going probe, pylon, gas allows me to not be supply blocked. We'll go for the adept. This is more cost effective. I usually veto all in-base maps. Primarily because it is so incredibly difficult to know if the opponent is one base all in or not. So maybe this will be a fun map to do like a DT something on. It's definitely not opening up the so we'll kind of go with like a more PvP centric DT where it's not a straight rush to the DT tech because you want to get this row facility pretty quick. It allows us to do the DT route. We'll go and put this probe over here. Hopefully give us a warning about any kind of oncoming danger. Oh. This guy here. And now we just want to go up to 3 gases total. And we can still go for blink. It's a little bit more delayed. Alright. Uh-oh. We got some poop coming. So cancel blink into charge and go for immortals. We're making like some shield batteries and stuff back here to like defend. Try to pick off what we can. Let's see if we can send this straight in. Oh, we also need shield. Get another one of these guys. Get a couple more of these. Oh, god damn it, I got baited. Run. No. Damn. No way. No way. Gosh darn it. So in this situation, oh damn, I thought I made this. It's best to double expand. Here. Mhm. And we want to go for is that literally his expansion? If he's just expanding now, it's not the case. So this double expand is us being kind of greedy coming back into macro. Whoa, 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 whoa. We want to do our own type of harassment. Like a counter harassment, if you will. We have a decent amount. Make another one. Couple guys here, guy here, guy here, guy here. Everything's looking pretty good. Couple more gateways. Now this is quite the damage we're doing. We did do quite a bit of economic damage. Um, so from here, we should be able to should be able to win with the 2 bait with what we have. I think we just have a bigger army supply. So this is kind of the difference between like that last guy stuff. Oh, I don't have blink. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well. Did he seriously get that upgrade? Yeah. Ugh. And it's so hard to micro. Oof. Should we be throwing here? I don't have blink. Where is blink at? We need to get some guys off the gas here, put some guys on here. Make sure he's not expanding over here. What? No. Made that. Good. Get this. Maybe start going for some of this Colossus stuff. Nope. Go, 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 go. Go, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. I always want to take out the medevac. Because that's pretty much their entire push power. No. Put a couple guys here. Put this over here. We're at the supply blocked. Be careful with our army. Other. Aaron likes to be cheeky with their army movements, so we'll make sure we keep his army. right? Really? Ugh, this guy really wants to dive on that carrier. The downside of carriers, they're pretty slow. He's gonna get sandwiched. Thank you, Rinzit, for donating your unranked MMR to me. Goes to show you don't gotta be afraid of people just because they have the border. You know, look at his profile. He is Grandmaster with Terran. And he's got the MMR glitch. Not Grandmaster with any of the other races. Although it is interesting that he doesn't feel like a Grandmaster. So either he's trying something new out, it's not working too hot, or maybe he's account boosted, because this 4800 feels a lot easier than some of the 4400s or 4200s that we've played in the last time. Like, he tried to do a one base all in that, you know, we didn't have the best. Why are we always playing this map? But we didn't have the best scout on, right? You know, we didn't really know it was coming until just about too late. Observers, oh yeah, so on this patch, observers do build faster. That is a nice one. Yeah, sorry, I don't think I really explained too much of what I was doing in Y last game, huh? We're definitely trying to do more macro-oriented play, but... So, last game, you might be wondering, like, well, why was I not scared? Oh, fuck, this is a normal game? Why was I not too scared against, him? Such that, you know, I felt confident to send my warp prism across the map, right? Well, the answer is I'm not confident, right? It comes more from like, or the confidence technically comes from like a statistical analysis. Like, most of the time when Terrans run away across the map. Alright, it's a Marine. Interesting. What's happening is... I guess this is probably not the best place to expand, right? So perhaps it could be the case that is good. This got the natural. Like, who's gonna fast expand to an in-base gold, right? Probably nobody. So how do I want to open up this game, right? I guess we'll just always open up Twilights. That's the most robust thing we can do. And we'll just plant a pylon on his side of the map. Okay, we see this, so it's... and we see the expansion coming down a little late. So this is going to be a Marauder push. So we want to just grab at least a couple shield batteries, because his expansion is delayed, and an extra pylon. And this is completely okay, because his expansion is late, right? In fact, I'm going to cut a probe to get this going, because this will allow me to have that counter push. We're taking out the Marines first because they're the highest DPS, and we can two-shot them. So now how I want to follow this up is probably go for a robo. And now we can technically then, but I want some early scouting, so we'll go for this. We'll throw a couple. We know that we don't need this super fast because the Widowmine drop is delayed. So we can kind of do this, right? We'll go for 3 gateways and then expand. It is risky to when they're being aggressive like this to expand off of 1 gateway, although we might, you know, hope and pray. Technically, we could risk it over here if we really wanted to. So we kind of want to get these observers out as well. So. For now, we'll go and see if we can take this expansion. We'll send this guy to go scout the tech. Send, I can grab another observer, create like a net of observation. We're gonna go for a charge. We'll get a couple more gateways down, and then go for double upgrades. We kind of go for like a super gateway man style. But we see a little bit of army going over this way. We do want to be a little bit careful. Make sure we have this here. Make sure we don't get supply blocked. Like, we do have this. And we'll make sure we don't have. Very clever. Go for the medevacs. All right. What do I need to get to? 4-7? That's damn near. Yeah. So maybe one of the hard parts of getting into Masters 1 is the fact that Masters 1 MMR is so close to Grandmaster MMR. Like Grandmaster MMR, last time we're checking, is around 4-8, right? So if we take a look at this, the gap between Masters 2 and Masters 1 is bigger than the gap between Masters 1 and Grandmaster. So like it's about 150 or 250 MMR to get from Masters 2 to Masters 1, and then it's like 100 MMR to get from Masters 1 to Grandmaster. So realistically, Masters 1 type MMRs is probably top of Masters 2, technically, if they're calibrated correctly. So, and we can kind of see that here, right? There's only about 100 MMR difference between Grandmaster, but there's like a 250 MMR difference between Masters 2 and Masters 1. Excuse me. So we pretty much 3-0'd RuneZet. Oh well, you know. So the reason, like, the reason he left so quickly is because we've dumpstered him the previous 2 games. I guarantee if that was the first time we played against him, the first time we matched on ladder, he would not have left. So the fact that he left that early means he respects our skill, or he thinks that, you know, we're just better than him. Now, the question is, am I actually better than RuneZet even though I 3-0'd him? Probably not, you know. Probably not, unless if he's actually 4.8k, we're probably actually more equivalent. Luminaire. I feel like I've seen this guy. Is he a streamer? Luminaire either is a streamer. I might have seen his name on Stormgate or Zero Space. I don't play Zero Space, but I might have seen his name when I watched some people play Zero Space. Let's ask him. It's important. So a lot of people, like a lot of things I won't say a lot of people, things that I've always wondered. Take a look here. Is that, is it worth it to pull a probe to make this gas, or to allow the reality probe to come out here and make the gas? And the answer is that it's more important to pull a probe to make the gas than it is to not. Oh wait, so we're gonna go Stargate. So Stargate is oracles. I mean, Stargate is adepts. And the reason for that is just because, you know, there's not really a counter response that Zerg can do against the oracles. That's like a counter. That's a hard counter anyway. There's no hard counter to the oracles. Like any true technical hard counter to oracles is going to is going to be basically like independent of scouting. You know, if he's gonna run across the map with mass like Ling, Bane, whatever, that strategy. So like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like the technical counter to oracles, if a strategy exists, is going to be coming to your base before they even scout the oracles. So right, there's no real reason to hide it. There's nothing to really worry about in that regard. Sucker. Yeah, that's a good amount. So about at least three drones is kind of what you hope for. I'm kind of doing a maneuver like that. Kind of the goal. I think typically with the hero build, what we're aiming for is to get 3 oracles before we go for the additional stuff. Then you want to go for the double gas because we're getting double upgrades. Okay, everything's looking pretty gooch. Go for a couple with more defense. Then we just want to go in and poke any amount of drones, like 1 or 2 drones. Up, 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 and get out. This is basically like kind of a death by 1,000 cuts type of scenario. Make sure your units don't get baited out. Right, and now we can go for blink. Get a little bit slow on getting this additional gas. Just upgrade here. Did I even click that? No, it's the wrong. Pick the wrong one. And that's kind of how you want to treat Oracle harassment. Is you want to think of death by 1,000 cuts. Right. I'm just gonna slowly add these guys on. We can rotate this guy back. Get a little bit more damage in. We'll get out. Right. Warp in some more. Get these guys going here. Not the most perfect execution of this build, but you know, it'll work. We can add 1 rebel here. this guy. Right. We start moving forward. The two adepts over there. Help the expansion. There we got the blink. And the reason we're being aggressive is because what we're trying to do is force out units that are not mutas. Alright, that's and they're not like high-tech units. We don't want him to attack too easily. And we want to hopefully like get some trades where we don't lose anything, ideally. And keep control of the creep. So yeah, keep a track on his expansions. Right, maybe go up to more gateways. Start transferring some of these guys. Oh shit! Oh no! I kind of just A moved into that shit. Oh. So now we go for the late game. And we try to get what we can get going. And the counterattack, hopefully defend where they can. Oh my god. I take out. Oh, that's not good. We did take quite a bit of damage because he caught us mid-transition. It's off. So hopefully... Oh no. Is he coming? Hopefully not. Not yet. He really should be coming, but if he's not, that's good for us. So now we're in kind of a... We should have been putting like maybe some of this stuff around. But hopefully that counterattack did some good damage. I'm gonna put some guys here, some guys here. Start mining this out. Ready to take on additional... Maybe we can take this. They got the Ravengers. And that's their his main damage. Dude. So now he's gonna be transitioning into anti-carry because he sees we're going for carriers. And this is where it's important to start getting these. Definitely becomes the most important to get these like Templars. Definitely want to start getting this stuff. Might be careful not to leave our door open. Currently is. Close that door. Like Templars, we want to make at least a couple Archons. Basically prevent our army from getting too dived on top of and protect against Corruptors. We're getting some Tempest. There's some creeps, but they're not so close to us. Get these guys in the gas because now that's pretty much some backup Templars are always good to have. Got this. Now we can start warping in counterattacks. What now? Very nice. Nothing I can do about it. Other than wish that I had Banelings that could basically annihilate a probe line in like 2 seconds. This kind of becomes like the game now. It's pretty much like I try to make an infinite amount of stuff. He just crashes veins into me all day long. If we can get rid of this stuff. Alright, take these guys. Open a couple backups. Oh, we're maxed out. Nice. Oops. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn. Make sure we keep getting the upgrades. Wow, really? Alright, well, I control is not the best in these situations. This guy. Oh, that stuff. Kill it. My late game is pretty not great. You know, we are winning technically, but we should lose. We should lose. What? I can't even. Like, why do I even? Oh damn! Yeah, kill these. Right. Like, why bother? Why do I bother? Go air. It's clear. Nah, I should. Yeah. 3 Stargates is not enough in this late game. Listen. Can we we're gonna need observers to deal with this. Now, luckily, we both suck at the end game, so not too bad. Oh, air units. Pretty. Kind of sad that I wish that yeah. I wish that Protoss air didn't just get completely annihilated by Zerg air. Holy shit. Protoss units suck. We're probably do like a DT or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can probably go with this guy here. Just kind of pull up our air army over here. Oh damn. Well, I think it's just gonna come down to like defending. That's probably the only course of action that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my... What? Did I lose? Oh, I didn't have my, this guy. Oh, you gotta make the game. It is hard to... It is harder to play Macro as Protoss than it is to play as Zerg. Because the Zerg army can 1A the Protoss army. The Protoss army has to storm and run away and stuff. So, a bit more. I'll admit, like, the only time Zerg can't 1A Protoss army is if the opponent, or as if the Protoss player can control the Protoss army. But, you know, if you just, like, both players 1A, hands off the keyboard, Zerg always wins. Right. So with that default state, right, so if you can 1A both armies, and Zerg will always win that fight, then it means the, how you take that fight becomes much more important. For the Protoss player, right? It's more on the Protoss player to not lose than it is for the Zerg player to not lose. But yeah, macro play is always going to be the hardest to learn, like kind of a purely defensive style, because it becomes really important to like be able to defend, be able to like make sure you don't stay on low tech too long, make sure you control your armies correctly. Like observers are not great against lurkers, primarily because, you know, it's a gas and that pool timing says probably roaches, but maybe not, right? You have to like use the oracles to kind of go in, then you can pull back. So based on this opening, I'm not really believing the Zerglings because it's a little bit of a later one. So we're keeping the pool open over here. Okay. So kind of what I'm doing, technically being a little bit greedy, but I can full wall. That's what I'm planning on doing. He's also just chasing me, right? So and it's not really gonna care too much about what the opponent is doing. The probability of a Bane bust though is non-zero. But really, like with this kind of gas opening, it really could just be anything. I'm gonna get a Stalker just because it couldn't be a Bane bust. It also could be like, you know, a backdoor attempt, Nidus. Yeah. Make sure there's nothing weird in my base. So I guess we're gonna go for like more of a simple macro opener, or more of a simple style of turtle macro, and we're just gonna kind of go into like a semi quick carrier build. That is. Oh yeah, damn, we didn't even. I also need to make a shield battery back here. Oh shit, he got through. At least we're not falling back into Masters 3 territory. My girl. Talking about my girl. Yeah. I think it's probably the better play against Zerg. Or a more simple plan. Instead of going Oracle into like kind of the hero style. Because, you know, that takes a lot of practice, a lot of multitasking. A much simpler plan to get into the late game and macro would just be to go like Stargate Void Ray to like carriers, very fast carriers, archons. I'm trying. Maybe I only play like this last game, but I think next time that's what we'll just we'll do. That's what we'll do. I think it's a much easier plan to execute and give us the same results we're looking for. Is get into a get our end game army, take multiple bases, play a slow grind. Yeah, just double check this is Terran Grind, yeah. Alright. So what is the plan that I want to do against Terran? That is a macro plan. I think the standard macro play should be maybe Twilight Robo Opener into like a 2-base Colossus into 3rd base double Robo Disruptor, then go into air. Right, we have a double gas opener. He's blocking me here. Okay, cool. Obviously, you know, he's gonna be going for the factory. I don't know if we actually need to scout to see that, you know? If we can delay it a little bit. Have this a little bit late on that pylon. This guy. Hopefully that keeps him away for a little bit longer. Alright, now we go for the... Alright, now, if I want to hit the... I want Blink by the time the Widow Mine drop comes. Then I have to delay the Robo. Oh yeah, because it's a factor, I need to probably get this a bit quicker. And now we can go for the Robo. Gives us the fastest possible blink timing. This kind of sucks a little bit. Cool. That was quite a bit of damage he did. And especially since he kept his stuff alive. That's fine. We're doing more of a macro play anyway. Need more of this stuff. You make the shield batteries. Oh, I'm supply block, that's why I can't make anything. I'm like, why can't I warp in? Oof, goodness. this. Why can't I? Damn it. All this because I supply blocked. Alright, well. Oof. Alright, cool. Yeah, we shouldn't have lost that one. I didn't realize that supply blocked, and I kept trying to figure out why I kept trying to figure out why I couldn't warp in the stalker. I was like, what, do I don't have enough money? I kept trying to, so if you would have watched, I kept trying to warp in a stalker, and I wasn't able to. And then it took me too long to unsupply block, such that I wasn't able to snowball up, and he was able to snowball on me. So. It is 1:48 a.m., so we'll blame that a little bit. But I'm pretty confident. Had I not got supply blocked, we would have won that one. That was such a heavily committed all-in. I should have known better. I should have made the shield battery in the main base a bit quicker, and the shield battery at the natural main a lot faster. So we did take a lot of that damage early on. Because anytime you see like a double gas opening, you do want to make the fast shield battery at the natural, and then potentially a shield battery in the main as well. Just because, you know, if it is like a fast Hellion play, that they drop like 4 Hellions here, you don't lose all your probes. Alright, we'll do the same thing, but we're gonna suck less at it. Oh damn. Yeah, we're already sucking a little bit more at it because we tried to get the gas. Busy being focused, that I'm not focused. Okay. So which one of these guys is triple stacked? This one? There we go. Alright, 1 gas, 2 gas. We see the 2 gases. We don't, you know, like, do we need to actually scout the factory? Probably not. We know there's a factory coming. No one on Earth is going to be opening up. Double gas and not make a factory and just go CC. Okay, so this looks fine here. Make this guy. Let's rally these guys in for now. And then his expansion's here, so. And we can get the scout on his. Oh, the Reaper. Is that Reaper there? What a suspicious Reaper. Just kind of makes me even more want to believe in the yeah. and the one base all in. So we will go and confirm, hopefully with this one, and leave this guy at home to defend. Because it is important. Where is he? Oh no. Oh, I don't see an expansion, so we need to get up to our correct amount of gateways as soon as possible. Got this. Unless he like expanded over there, which would be pretty big brained. Mm. Siege tank. Oof. Nice. We do have the blink. It is an all-in. Fuck. Why can't I click? Ugh, goddamn. Really? No, why is this? God damn. This is another hold that I threw. Oh well, good game. This shouldn't have worked. We should have had this one. It's kind of my mistake. Oh, trying to throw so many games. Like, that blink in should have killed. Like, I should have been able to one-shot that tank. At least two-shot it. But when we blinked in, I don't know what I clicked. I feel like I think I mid-clicked or something, right? Like, my stalkers did not attack at all. They got like annihilated. I was able to kill one of the tanks and barely escape. Oof. So like we had nothing to blame ourselves, you know. It's like the opponent's build is completely holdable. We just had like one little bit of mouse inaccuracy. That's the entire reason we lost. Which is good, you know, that gives us something to work on. Let's work on like clicking better and being a little bit more accurate. And as we get more accurate with our clicking, make the same mistakes. Okay, so we have like a drone coming. So we'll just bring 2 probes down to contest a drone. Right. We got this thing coming. Right, cool. So against this, a very easy response is to go for the forge. And to go for this. And you always want to keep at least one guy in gas. Hopefully I did not block myself. So that kind of delayed this thing a little bit. We'll throw one dude here. And have this guy in hold position. And we're just buying time. Right, everything's looking good. Alright, cool. We can start up our expansion here. Right, go ahead and take our gas. We're in no big pressure to wall because we have 2 cannons here to defend. We just want to make sure we get all of our tech going. Yeah. See if any other kind of like damage we can get done. And typically a nice follow-up is to go for some adepts for a counterattack. Right, we can kind of see what's going on here. Maybe we can put the zealot in this little pocket here. Just gonna get these guys going. Right. We made quite a bit of Zerglings. Good. So the more Zerglings he made, the less drones he's making. And we'll kind of go into like did a little bit of a greedy macro. We will make some more adepts with this. We'll send all the adepts across. We want to make like enough adepts to contest those lings. We'll secure an expansion with our Void Ray. We'll just kind of Void Ray into like very defensive carriers, max out, I think like kill him that way. I think 5 should be enough. No, we'll send all 6 and we'll kind of like block with the probe. Right. We'll go ahead and get ready to take this expansion. Do this. Oh damn. Right now we're just trying to cause chaos. Not so much we're trying to win the game. Did I ever make? No, we want this. I'm just trying to punish him for his transgressions. And get this macro advantage. Open some more adepts. Get this forge. So we saw the drones kind of going this way, but he probably has an expansion over there. So technically 3 bases is enough to completely max your army. So we don't need to be too quick to want to go for 3rd base. We'll go ahead and get one of these. Yeah, so we're basically denying mining at this point here, which is good. Right. We made a lot of lings, but those lings are gonna be pretty sad. Get these upgrades going. Get some vision. Start some of these guys on mining this out. And now we want to go for that storm. Get a couple cannons to begin with. Make sure to keep that chrono boosted. Got a hotkey. Get these guys hotkeyed. Start transferring guys. Start adding on these guys. We'll hide him. Hide them. Some backup pylons. Get a carrier. Get that storm going. I'm not getting upgrades out of here because we don't have the gas for it. It's really important to get archons and storms before that. So let's see, I want to maybe put this on 3, these guys on 2. Fire warping a couple more. I feel like 4 High Templars is kind of where I want to be. We'll probably put some more cannons. Now we also want to get in more gateways, because we're going to have a lot of minerals, and probably get this. So we go and hit this here. What do we got? We don't quite have storms. That is quite a bit of interesting stuff going on here. The nice thing about going for the late game carrier army is if as long as you don't lose carriers and stuff, technically, you know, if you do lose economy, you can still potentially win the game with a good fight. And when we're rushing carriers like that, you know, if he didn't leave the game, we'd be able to push across the map and try and do some damage. He did go for infestors, and he did the microbial shroud or whatever to give his Hydra's protection, which was an interesting play. I feel like going like if you're gonna go that route, is it slower to go for Vipers or is it faster? Oh, so that might be something that's worth, if you're a Zerg player, it might be something that's worth checking out. Because, you know, if you can go Vipers in the same amount of time as that attack, I think it's better just go Vipers. I think Vipers are just way better than Infestors against carriers. This is my triple stack, this guy. Wow. And if going carrier, or if going Vipers only slows you down from attacking by just a tiny bit, I think it's worth it to slow down by a tiny bit. Now this is an interesting. So he hasn't expanded here. So is this the is this roaches? So we want to go and scout. Is this roaches? That's the important thing. It's not looking like roaches. Oh no. Oh no, supply black double. I'm kind of scared to cancel my my zealot, but we'll do it. We'll drop a shield battery. And we'll just double check that I did not miss. We'll go for the stalker. Alright, double check that I missed like a hatchery on main base. That was just a chrono boost. Could be Banelings. Alright, cancel this into a Stargate. We'll go ahead and make it is Baners. No! Retarded. What the hell? I had like the perfect defense, but then I moved them all out. Well, we had the perfect defense, and we bulked it up. Alright, cool, good game. Oh my god. We accidentally moved our stalker out of the wall. That was horrible. The misclick. Yeah. Accidentally had my zealot like walk towards the Banelings. Should have had that further back. And when I was trying to save the zealot, because I was trying to save the zealot, I the stalker out of the wall. But otherwise, you know, it was a perfect defense. It would have been a perfect defense. Because the Stalker absorbs all of the Banelings, and then it buys plenty of time for the rewall, you know. And I don't even technically need to rewall because I can just replace the Stalker with the Zealot if I don't let the Zealot just explode. So with this, I believe, based on his plays, he'll probably proxy hatch here and try to mine out this, or he might send some drones to mine out. But mine out the gold for like a backdoor attack. Right, well, that looks fine. Yeah, everything looks like normal macro. Just because it looks like normal macro doesn't mean it is normal macro. So we want to block this one if we can. Well, I can't believe I walked my Stalker out of the ball. I'm a little sad. I'm not angry or anything, just a little sad. Typically when you're 16-3-3, the next pro bout you can rally. But we'll go cancel this and make that the next one out. Send him back home. This. And we get the full wall off. Then gonna boost. This is kind of an old technique. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. Technically it's supposed to be a Void Ray, but who's counting? Guess we'll go Oracles into Skytoss. Nice. Alright, we'll send these guys over here. Have too much money, so we just double gas. We'll protect. down than these guys. Couple more of this. We can get some more kills here. Uh-oh. There's not a lot of stuff there. So that is a little scary. Maybe I'll get a Void Ray for defense. So this kind of play is kind of somewhat screaming Mutas. It might be too late to scout Mutas, but we'll try to see if we can scout Mutas. Because it's low eco, we definitely have the economic advantage. Yep. It is Mutas, okay. Cancel these guys. Get the Phoenix range. What happened there? What died? Oh, I know it died. It was my 1, 2, 3. Alright, we got enough of these guys. Alright, we need to actually start gearing up. Macro is going to poop pretty hard. I'm gonna poop in a handbasket right now. Alright, we got bamboozled a little bit. So he did a tech switch on us. We're gonna try and kill all of our probes. Good thing our macro sucks, right? We got plenty of money. Take this expansion here. Get this guy here. We'll make I know, get back. No. No. These guys. One, two, 1, 2. Alright, so he's gonna do this kind of attack. We don't ever have to attack him. We just have to defend and not die. So we just go like this. Maybe we add a couple cannons here. We need to go for Archons. We can do we'll do our counter harassments with only the Phoenixes. We'll keep our army at home. We have a lot of gas. We'll go for some Archons. Keep going up for the upgrades. Because he's just gonna very cost inefficiently throw his army away, so we'll just accept his donations. But the only chance he has to come back is like some massive type of counterattack. You just get Storm, you know. We just keep checking bases. Keep getting upgrades, get our charge, get attack. We see there's not that much for expansions here. See his army is just garbage. Do some damage and get back. Go for the carrier armada. Try to kill some drones in the transfer. We don't have to worry too much about bases, we just get more. Alright, so we see his armies all over here. It's fine. We want to expand here to give us a good area of attack. Couple Archons. So we have endgame army. He does not. He has a mid-game army. So on paper, we should have the advantage in any kind of attack. Looks like he's going to try to do a microbial shroud. It's not going to work because we have Storm. I'll make sure we have Storm everywhere. Yeah. Looks like that was his plan. Was to hope I didn't have Storm. Right. We'll just sacrifice these guys for drones. Okay, nice. Need to rebuild this wall. Let's go and sacrifice this. The one thing I am doing poorly is making more gateways. I really should be on more gateways by now. Have an odd amount, even amount. So we have High Templar guarding almost every base. Or we stormed ourselves. Keep these guys like this. Keep our upgrades coming. I want to be careful not attack too much from a point of before our macros very on point. Because it is important to be able to rebuild our army, right? So we don't have the ability to rebuild our army. This over here, these guys over here, these guys. Right, so the High Templar are hopefully defending my bases as long as I have the multitasking speed to use them. Get some nice juicy storms. You should probably leave after this fight. I think this fight was a little too decisive. Yeah, it's kind of the hard part about like late game macro is the right, maybe that's the last game, is like making sure you have enough gateways, don't attack too early. He's constantly trying to keep himself max, so his goal in that game was for me to attack too greedily and overstep, and then use what money he has to kind of overpower me, right? Because the Zerg army has the potential to instantly delete the Protoss army without taking too much damage. That was kind of his plan, was for me to maybe get a little bit careless, maybe take a little bit too much on the map, completely squash my army, and then just go straight through and wreck me, right? While I'm trying to remax, because the carriers take forever to build, even with Chrono Boost, right? And even if I make straight carriers, you know, it's like the Protoss army only is strong when it's diverse. You need carriers with High Templar, with Archons, with supporting units. So if I can't like reassemble that diverse army, it's really hard to beat like Mass Hydra or Mass whatever they want to make. So when you're in those kind of late game situations, you want to be very careful and not, like, if you are going to attack, make sure you have the ability to remax, make sure you have like High Templar in different bases, you know, so like with fresh storms, so that way if he is pushing, like if he does wipe my army and pushes into a base, I can maybe stall with the High Templar, Maybe I can get some good damage done. Maybe I can prevent the attack. That'll give me time to reassemble my army. That also will help me against like potential counterattacks, right? You can storm the Banelings, but it all, you do have to kind of work up to it. Like you might not be fast enough to do it, but just because you're not fast enough to react doesn't mean you shouldn't make sure you have the ability to defend when you can react, right? It's because it is all about building good habits, and eventually, you know, through enough practice, you'll have the multitasking skill to be able to react. Yeah. I definitely need to practice my late game because, you know, I never play late game. I'm kind of one of those mid game Protosses where I'll go mid game forever. So my late game is pretty, my macro late game is pretty bad. I'm more of like an aggressive style, but maybe we can practice together, right? I think this is a pretty fun opportunity. I was hoping it'd be a little bit easier back up to my original MMR, but maybe I'm just not that good anymore. So, but we can get there. I definitely get there. You guys have a good night. Hopefully these games were kind of instructional. I think these Masters 2 games have been less instructional than like the everything up until this point. But hopefully you guys can find something in it. I wish I was struggling less for you guys, but I just have to look in the mirror and say I'm not as good as I thought I was, or not as good as I used to be. But we won't let that stop us, right? Because we lose. Every loss I had today was stuff that I could have done better, right? Like not moving the stalker out of the wall, not letting the zealot take Baneling damage, not misclicking on the tank. All things that I could do better, and most of those things would have resulted in wins, right? That's not a single game that we could have said that I played today where even if I did better, I still would have lost. Not a single game today. And when I'm saying better, it's not like I need to play like Hero Party better. Just need to play like a little bit better. You know, like misclick one time less. You know, make sure I have more gateways, and make sure, you know, get that Templar archive a little bit quicker. Whatever it may be, right? And like I really don't, yeah. And then, you know, make sure you have a good build plan, good build order, one that makes sense. If I had time, I would try to research more the macro build orders. Maybe I'll try and look into